Every seed bears fruit after its kind, and nothing is reaped which was not sowed. The distance between seed time and harvest in the moral world may not be quite so well defined or clearly intelligible as in the physical, but there is a seed time, and there is a harvest time. And though ages may intervene, and neither he who plowed nor he who sowed may reap in person, yet the harvest will surely come. And as in the physical world there are century trees, so may it be in the moral world. And their fruitage is as certain in one as it is in the other.
I don't know, Mr. Douglas. Just seems crazy to me.
Well, I appreciate your concern, Shields, but I assure you, you have nothing to be fearful of.
Oh, you got no worries?
The old man and I go back a long time.
Yeah, it just seems sort of crazy to me. A white man wanting slavery to end more than most Negroes do.
Well, then it sounds to me that he's not the crazy one now, is he? Captain John Brown? Or Osamotomi Brown, as he is known in Kentucky.
Or, as I refer to it, the Free State of Kentucky.
Thanks to you.
Ah, it's just God's work, Frederick. I just hammer out the details. Hello.
My associate, Mr. Shields Green.
You were born free, Mr. Green?
No, sir.
Die free, Mr. Green?
I intend to.
That'd be nice to live in a nation where you didn't have to think about it, huh?
Ever the recruiter.
Oh, I need all the help I can get, especially the distinguished Mr. Douglas and anyone he considers a friend.
And your correspondence seemed urgent.
Well, in a way, just a little something I've been working on the past 40 years.
Like Moses?
Yes. And like Moses, Mr. Green, my time has finally come.
John, you seem older every time I see you.
Well, I've lived longer than most men my own age, Frederick. It's been a good life, my friends. Yet one that I would willingly sacrifice for the freedom of your people.
John, such talk.
In a way, I already have. 40 years. It's my youth. 2 wives. 20 children. 1 cause. I want you to join me, Frederick.
I have. I've supported you for, what, 12 years now? The Underground Railroad, Kansas.
It's time for the plan, Frederick. The very same plan I first told you about those 12 years ago.
John, you're going to invade Virginia?
Invade Virginia. Free the slaves. And escape to the Alleghenies.
John! You of all people should have some sense of history, especially in Virginia. A slave blacksmith is sent to the gallows for conspiring to revolt. 1831, Nat Turner leads a revolt thinking just like you that he is inspired by God to do so. And for what? Instead of freedom, the revolt in the eyes of legislature justified prohibiting blacks from receiving education, forming religious congregations. Basic human interaction was prohibited, John. What do you envision your plan bringing about?
I would like it to bring about a war to end slavery.
John Brown is going to wage war on the United States of America.
Slavery is a state of war, Frederick. You of all people should have some sense of that history. I do. You see, Mr. Green, I was born in the free state of Ohio, My father took me to the Kansas Territory one summer, where I befriended a Negro boy of the same age. My father always preached against slavery, but I had never truly been witness to the horrors of it. To me, this was just another young man, but to someone else, he was a piece of property. Well, this piece of property did something not to his master's liking. So this large man ripped off the boy's shirt, grabbed a rusted, old, heavy shovel, and beat my friend near unto death. The dull slap of the shovel upon his frail body, the welts already protruding and bleeding, emblazoned on my mind, though I'm sure you've probably seen worse. Surely, Mr. Green, some remedy can come from all this poison. The serpent has infected this nation with the venom of racism, yet from that very venom, Mr. Green, can we create an antidote?
John, Harpers Ferry is a
Will
steel
you
trap.
join me, Frederick?
This feels like a Judas kiss.
Frederick, I am not any more worthy to be Jesus than Judas is worthy to be you.
There's no dissuading the other, is there?
Well, I suppose if there were, we'd be two different men.
Now, Shields, you've heard our discussion, and in view of it, if you wish to stay, you have only to say so, or you can come back with me.
I believe I'll stay with the old man.
Ever the recruiter, John.
It's not the recruiter, Mr. Douglass. It's the cause.
We shall find that not Carolina, but Virginia, not Fort Sumter, but Harpers Ferry and the Arsenal, not Colonel Anderson, but John Brown began the war that ended American slavery and made this a free republic. Until this blow was struck, the prospect for freedom was dim and shadowy and uncertain. The irrepressible conflict, which was one of words, votes, and compromises, when John Brown stretched forth his arm, the sky was cleared. The time for compromises was gone. The armed host of freedom stood face to face over the chasm of a broken union, and the clash of arms was at hand. The South staked all upon getting possession of the federal government, and failing to do that, drew the sword of rebellion, and thus made her own, and not Brown's, the lost cause of the century.